The chord progression is often the backbone of a piece of music. It has the potential to make a piece of music interesting, but this can be difficult to achieve when you don't know where to start. Chord progressions can often be daunting, but I'm going to share with you how to write a simple chord progression with a few simple tricks. Hi everyone, my name's Damien Gauchi, and before we even start writing a chord progression, we need to know what is a chord. A chord, in its most basic form, is a group of two or more notes played at the same time. Chords can have many different colours, such as a happy, sad, or mysterious sound. To keep it simple for today, we're just going to focus on chords in the major scale. To work out what chords are in the C major scale, we first need to know what notes are in the scale. The C major scale has the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now we will need to turn each of these notes into a chord. The way we will do this with the C major chord is by playing the C, which is the first note of the chord, and then skipping a note, and then playing E, and skipping another note and playing G. These three notes give us the C major triad. Now we will do this for the next chord. The next note of the C major scale is D, so to form this chord we need to play D, and then skip a note and then play F, and then skip another note and then play A. This will give us a D minor triad. Now we will keep doing this for the rest of the notes of the major scale. So next we have E, G, B. This gives us the E minor triad. And then we have F, A, C. This gives us the F major triad. Next we have G, B, D. This gives us the G major triad. And then we have A, C, and E, and this gives us an A minor triad. Finally, we have B, D, and F, and this gives us a B diminished triad, but we aren't going to worry about that for today because it's a bit more complicated. So now we have all of the notes of the C major scale, and from bottom to top they are C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and B diminished. When writing out chords, we also use Roman numerals to show what number the chord is in relation to the scale. So that means C major is 1, D minor is 2, E minor is 3, F major is 4, G major is 5, A minor is 6, and B diminished is 7. As you can see, when the chord is a major chord, the Roman numeral is an uppercase, and when the chord is a minor chord, the Roman numeral is a lowercase. And for the diminished triad, there's a little circle next to the 7, which means it's a diminished chord. Now we can start writing a chord progression. We're just going to write a 4-bar chord progression just to keep it simple. You can write a chord progression of any length, but a good place to start is 4 bars. We just need to choose 4 chords which will be played over 4 bars, which means that there will be 1 chord per bar. It's a good idea to start with the 1 chord, which in this case is C major. Now we need to choose the next chord. We can either choose chord 1 again, or 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Let's choose chord 3, which is E minor. Now we need to choose another chord. Let's choose A minor, which is the 6th chord of the C major scale. The last chord is one of the most important chords of the progression because it needs to lead us back to the first one. To keep it simple, we have 2 good options to use as the last chord of the progression, either chord 4 or chord 5, which in this case is F major and G major. Both of these chords will sound like they want to lead us back to the first chord. For the last chord, I'm going to choose F major. Now we have a chord progression. Let's have a listen to it. Now we have our chord progression, we can try playing it in whatever style we want or using different instruments. Now we are going to write another chord progression, but this time in F major. First, we need to know what notes are in the F major scale. They are F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, and F. Now we need to make the chords from this scale. So starting with the first note, we have F, skip a note, A, skip a note, C. This gives us F major. Now we will make the next chord of the scale. So starting with G, we have G, skip a note, B flat, because I'm using the notes of the scale, skip a note, and then D. These three notes give us the G minor triad. And now the other chords go A, C, E, which gives us A minor, then B flat, D, F, which gives us B flat major, C, E, G, which gives us C major, then D, F, A, which gives us D minor, and then finally E, G, and B flat, which gives us E diminished, but we're not going to worry about that chord for today. So now we can start writing our chord progression. For the first chord, we can use a 1 chord, which is F major. Next, we need to choose another chord. I'm going to choose B flat major, which is the 4 chord of the F major scale. For the next bar, I'm going to choose 2 chords, just to make it a bit more interesting. So I'm going to use G minor and then B flat major again, and which is the 2nd chord and the 4th chord of the F major scale. So now we have the last chord, so I either can use the 4th chord or the 5th chord of the F major scale, and I'm going to use the 5th chord, which in this case is C major. Now let's have a listen to this chord progression. I hope that this video has given you a better understanding of what chords are and how to write a simple chord progression. Just remember that the first chord of the progression should be the 1 chord, and the last chord of the progression should either be the 4th chord or the 5th chord. These guidelines are a good start, but they are also very limiting, so be sure to explore more chords and longer chord progressions and to see what works. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!